All right, Don Lemon has been demoted, essentially. Not essentially. I mean, we know that at CNN, they're kind of scrambling and trying to figure out what's wrong with their ratings. I mean, what's wrong with the ratings is nobody wants to watch CNN. So we know they got rid of Brian Stelter. They got rid of Chris Cuomo a while ago, and they're revamping their primetime lineup. They're taking Don Lemon, and they're kicking him down to the morning show, and they're demoting him. They're taking him out of primetime and putting him somewhere that's not primetime. But this is kind of embarrassing for him. He, rather than just kind of going quietly on his show last night, he's defending himself. And we just talked about the problem of getting defensive. He's defending himself against the claim that he was demoted. And here's how that went.
I was presented with an opportunity that I can't pass up at this network. And we have a new boss who is a morning show impresario. And he wants a morning show that will kick off the editorial direction of the network every single day. And I am honored that he asked me to do it. And for all of those who are out there saying, oh, he moved me and without my... He asked me and I said yes. I could have said no. This is my show. I have a contract for this show. I decided that I would take him up on that and take this journey with him. So this is not someone moving me. And by the way, this is not someone saying, you must move to the right, Don Lemon, you must not be so, give so much of your perspective. None of that has happened. All of that is fodder for Twitter, which is not real. So stop it. I was not demoted. None of that. This is an opportunity. This is a promotion. This is an opportunity for me to create something around me, and I get to work with two great ladies who you know. Poppy Harlow, who I've known for more than a decade. I went to her wedding in Slovenia. I know her children. I know her husband. And Caitlin Collins, same thing. We've been friends since Caitlin has been at the network.
I was not demoted. I wasn't. Here's something we haven't talked about in a while. Let me ask you this. What if there was someone out there who kept a log of every single thing you did every minute of the day? What if I told you that's exactly what happens every time you go online? They're logging everything, logs all over the place. Your internet providers like AT&T or Comcast, they're allowed to store logs of every website you've ever visited and can legally sell this data to anyone. That's why I always use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers, so your internet provider can't see or log what you do online. Now, many of you might be wondering, well, if I'm routing all my data through a VPN, doesn't that mean that the VPN can see what I'm doing and log my data instead? Very insightful. You're right to think that. But many VPNs, in fact, do claim to have a no logs policy, but they've been caught logging customer activity anyway. ExpressVPN is different. That's why they're the only VPN I trust, because they use trusted server technology. This makes it impossible for their VPN servers to store any data, including logs of any ExpressVPN customer. And you don't have to take my or ExpressVPN's word for it. ExpressVPN is so confident in their no logs claim that they have had one of the biggest assurance firms audit their technology. So stop letting people keep logs of what you do online. Visit expressvpn.com/Matt Walsh Show right now and find out how you can get 3 months free. I love the phrase there. I decided to take this journey with him. So your boss calls you in and says, yeah, we're kicking you down a few notches here. You're not performing well. We're going to give you a pay cut, a demotion. Okay, I'll take this journey with you. Let's go hand in hand on this journey. First of all, nobody volunteers to do the morning show, especially not from prime time. Like you want to get up at 3:30 in the morning and do a show? That's what you really want instead of being in prime time? I doubt it. But you also notice his near admission of bias. Not that we need him to admit it. We already know, but he almost admits it. He says, "Oh no, they didn't come to me and say move to the right, stop being," and then he stops himself. Stop giving my perspective. So he almost said, they didn't tell me move to the right, stop being so liberal. And then he stopped himself. Again, not that we needed his admission, but even so. Well, before you go, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And while you're at it, if you want to go watch or listen to my full show, head to dailywire.com and subscribe. You can also catch my show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. So go check it out now. I demand it. Your compliance is somewhat appreciated.